Welcome to a new test and teardown video. This time it's another Brüel Kjær from Denmark. It's an XY recorder type 2308. I think this is my first XY plotter from Brüel Kjær. And mechanically it looks quite alright. I've just went through a deep clean, so it's looking really nice and shiny. See, there's a lot of paint down here I couldn't get off. I didn't want to use any really high powerful solvents, so only water and alcohol, because otherwise you can damage the paint and the coating on this one, so I didn't want to do that. I went through all the knobs and they go quite tight. Some of them, this is nice and smooth, tight. And this one is perfectly fine. Ooh, super tight. And super tight. This is the, by the way, the on-off switch. And then this one is broken. See? It's not supposed to fall in and out like that. But if I pull it and then operate it, so I think there is a half of it is working. Maybe the whole switch is just getting loose, and that one is all right. So I need to open it, and I know that getting in here is difficult, so I'm a little bit scared of this repair. Other than that, it is possible to lift it up here and have a look. Nice IEC connector, I love that. We got inputs. Got also some DIN connectors. I don't know why they made this, but... And then we got 3 chassis connectors and 2 individual chassis lift. And this is because the X and Y input can be completely floating. So that is quite interesting. So we got 2 different power supplies floating or isolated. Everything is completely isolated between X and Y. And all those switches, this entire board here can be flipped so it goes down instead of back. It's because if you want to mount this in a very different way, like that, see, also power and fuse can go down instead of back. So there's a special mounting option for this one as well. But let's try and power it up and see what actually works. So let's do the first power on together. Mains is applied and no power usage. Stand by. We got a red LED and 30 watts, and then it goes down to 17.6 watts. That is really weird, this power on sequence. So what we can do here is paper hold. Wait, did you see that? Servo on, pen down. Aha. That seems to be working, so let's stay in servo on. 0. Okay, that is definitely good. Oops. What is wrong with the... Why is this not... Ah! There is... Okay, there is a problem with the X. Thank you. Let's try and input. Okay, I got now 1 hertz, 1 volt input on both of the channels. So this is getting, oh yeah. Okay, so definitely good when it comes to maybe it's in a sweep mode and not in X mode. Maybe that is simply a user fault here. So what are we doing wrong here? Sweep. Auxiliary output. Normal. understand this. What am I doing wrong here? I'm an idiot. It doesn't work. Okay, I finally figured this out. That was difficult. Alright, we know the Y amplifier is working and the Y motor drive is working. So here it is, internal or external sweep. So that means this input is external input and internal is this sweep generator. And we only got one sweep generator, so you can put this input into internal, and then we're here, right? I am in hold, so we're here, right? So if I put it into normal, see? Now it's moving, and then I can hit reset, or I can change the speed to super slow or to super fast, reset, or I can go hold, reset, or reverse. Okay, so it's up here and then reverse and then it goes down. Okay, cool. So all this sweep stuff is definitely working, and my Y amplifier is working, X amplifier is not working. That is where I need to look. Let me see. It's not. Okay, good. It was not that. That would have been embarrassing. So inside the unit, I've marked X and Y, and that is the X motor. And remember, it was the X that was not working correctly. So here is X and Y motor amplifiers. And look what I've done. I swapped the two boards. Let me show you. Oopsie doopsie, here we go. So they're identical, the X and the Y board, and quite a lot of op amps and some pre-driver and driver, and then the output transistors. And it is a single-ended. So I think the center point of the motor is half voltage, and then here we go with two transistors that can go positive and negative, and this is how it can linear go in both directions. So that's more or less what this board is doing. It's actually quite complex for what it is doing. But the fun thing is, this is the X amplifier that is not working. And if we power this up, let me show you in a second. So let's power this up and see. Now X is working. And it is definitely that one. And all the inputs and see. So hold this and pull. So all that kind of stuff is definitely working, and I can also internal. Yeah, see? So sweep, everything is working. It is definitely the output amplifier board X that is not working. Great. So the rest of the board here, the rest of the two other boards, that is the ramp generator. It even says that. And again, a couple of op amps, some relays to go positive and negative. And then here is the calibrated ramp resistors and the op amps to do the ramp. And then there is a power supply. Let me show you that. So that one is also working. We got a bigger rectifier here, and we got also a rectifier here. We got some little regulator thingy. Ooh, that is not looking too good. So I better clean this up. Yeah. More or less all the IC date codes, there are 84 or 85. So that means this unit is more or less from 85. So now I need to investigate what is going on with this board here. So X is not working and the Y board is working. But I don't have any schematics. But I got a good and a bad one side by side. I think I should be able to figure this out, right? Yes, I think I found it. So here is the little power supply. Let me show you the bottom side and the top side at the same time, so it's easier to see what's going on here. The output power transistors, they're right here, they are running off a plus minus 20 volt unregulated, and then from this voltage we got a resistor and a zener and an emitter follower and a capacitor. So this circuit here makes a positive and a negative 15 volt, and this handle all the op amps. So this is the one that works, and the other one here that does not work. It wasn't really the tantalum capacitors there on the output. They actually appear to be working, but both of the emitter followers, they are dead. So I don't have any positive and I don't have any negative output. So I had the idea, okay, there's a short on my 15 plus minus 15 rail here somewhere. But look at that. I'm now powering this positive and negative 15, and the consumption, the current consumption is 13 to 17 milliamps on the positive and the negative rail. So that's absolutely nothing. So why are they on such a big heatsink when they're only using nothing? That is a little bit weird, isn't it? So now I took out the two defective transistors. I actually ended up taking out the zener and all that crap as well. And look what I did. Instead of having zeners and NPN transistors and all that kind of stuff, I'm now running using regulators. 7815 for the positive 15 and a 7915 for the negative 15 volts. And then I just put in the capacitors for input and output here. And to be sure that nothing can feed back voltages wrong, because they're actually in series, the two outputs, right? So of course I wanted reverse diodes on the two outputs. And I think I'm ready now to plug this in and see if it blows up. So let's try both channels at the same time. Haha, of course it works. It is now repaired. So this is X. Y is also one happy day. It is that simple. So all I have to do now is figure out how I can glue this switch back together. But I'm not going to bore you with a lot of stuff like that. So can you have a good day and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.